Good evening. This is the Rooftop Sports, and here I am for some Mariners baseball as the Mariners are coming off of an amazing victory over the Houston Astros. And not only that, other teams had lost as well. The Tigers have lost, so that gives the Mariners some kind of an advantage. And as of now, they are standing in the second seed of the American League overall, which means they would get the bye week. They would not have to worry about They certainly would not have to worry about playing in the they will not have to worry about playing in the wild card round if the second seed stands, as they now have a half game lead in that second because the Tigers had lost today. So that means if the Mariners beat the Astros again, they will be in the second seed, which is what they absolutely need. And right now I am opening up the game, getting that ready to go. Yep, it is ready, and we are getting ready for some Mariners baseball. And before we even get started, hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. And also, furthermore, donate to this channel, as the goal for the month is $50 a month, or join the membership for just $5 a month. And right now, the Mariners are a game ahead on the Houston Astros for the division, which is something that they will absolutely need. In the wild card standings, where the Astros are, or if the Mariners lose this game, they may be back in the third seed, and that wild card isn't that friendly either, as Cleveland has just been absolutely on a tear. They have won 9 in a row, and they may be in the running to take that third spot in the wild card if the Mariners are not careful. So other teams you want to look at, you want to see Boston losing. And let's see if Boston is losing. Boston is playing against the Tampa Bay Rays, and Cleveland will be playing the Twins. So those will be other games to look at. But the Mariners themselves, they still control their very own destiny. So they're going to have to win this game anyway, especially if you want to get to that second seed and having to skip the wild card round, which would be really nice. Yesterday, game was won by the Mariners, 4 home runs. He had Julio Rodriguez, Eugenio Suarez. Then he had Josh Naylor hitting a home run. And I believe Victor Robles also hit a home run. That was his first home run of the season. So he has been contributing since he has returned from the injury. He's batting .266 right now on the season. Suarez, who had been cold for quite a bit, seems like he's back to his track. He is now at 47 home runs. And also Cal Raleigh, another guy that must be paid attention to. He is at 56 home runs. He is currently tied with Ken Griffey Jr. for the record, for the Mariners single season record of 56. And if he gets to 57, he will be the Mariners home run leader. And I would wonder if Ken Griffey Jr. is at this game right now. I'm going to check and see if Ken Griffey Jr. is in attendance of this game. Let's see if he is. And also, I want to apologize for not being able to be on the show because the game was in Kansas City. It was just not at the right time for me. Hashtag don't quit your day job. So Ken Griffey Jr., let's see if Twitter says he is there. It doesn't say that he is, so it looks like he's not there. But I would think either way he would still get a phone call. I do think Griffey should have made a trip to Houston for Cal Raleigh, but it is what it is. He probably has a lot of things going on anyway. All right, let's see where we're at. So I am doing the Astros game today. I will not be doing it tomorrow due to don't quit your day job once again. But I am aiming to do as many games as I possibly can. I should be in line to do the Rockies series, and I'll be able to do 2 of 3 for the Dodgers. I'm going to try to make it 3 Dodgers games in a row. Right now, I'm at 66 shows this season. That is obviously my new record, just trying to get to 70. And as of now, the pace, I am well on pace to get to 70, as the 3 Rockies game and the Dodgers game will help me get there. So 70, that is going to be my new record, and my goal next year will always be 100. So we'll see if I'll be able to fulfill that. And it's been a very long season. I had some long stretches. I think the longest streak I had that I did not do a Mariners game was between Boston Red Sox and going all the way to the Twins. That was 72 through 80. I think that was 9 games that I had missed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I had missed 9 games in a row. That was my record high in missing Mariners games. And then my record streak I had, I think it was 6. It was actually 6 in a row was the most I've ever done consecutively. And this game will be starting in about 4 minutes. And for the starting rotation, for the starters, we got George Kirby, 9-7 with a 4.46 ERA. Then we got Framber Valdez at 12-10 with a 3.59. So I expect this to be a very tough matchup for the Seattle Mariners. I just do expect that. So the Mariners are going to have to step up today and definitely score those runs as much as they can. I'm waiting on Ian, my friend Ian. He wanted to be there, but looks like he's not there quite yet. And then also after this show, I will be doing the fantasy basketball lottery. So stay tuned for that. There'll be another link for that. We got Mariners at the Astros. Mariners are 85-69, while the Astros are 84-70. Mariners have just a 1-game lead on Houston. And key stats: George Kirby is 3-1 and with a 2.10 ERA. He is absolutely dominant force against the Houston Astros, so that does give him the advantage. And I wonder how Framber Valdez does against the Mariners. Trying to see how he does. Oh, they're reminiscing on his divisional series performance. I think that's what it was. That's when they were in the playoffs. It was in 2022 when he shut them down. 6 hits given up, but he struck out 5 batters and walked nobody. It was an amazing performance, but it just wasn't enough to get the Mariners the win. Rhonda, I wonder who your team is. Yeah, the Mariners are on fire, but they have got to keep up. They just got to keep it up. They cannot let down. And as for the standings, the Mariners are 9-1 in their last 10 games. Houston is now falling at about 6-4. The Mariners will have to win this one again to not only win the series, but to own the tiebreaker on the Houston Astros. Framber Valdez, I've already said it, 12-10 with a 3.59 ERA. This should be a very tough matchup for the Mariners. I wonder how Framber Valdez does against the Mariners. Framber Valdez versus Mariners. He is 7-3 with a 3.22 ERA. So this could be a very even match. It's going to be a tough matchup, I can tell you that. And with commercial break going on, I'll show you a commercial. SeatGeek is a mobile ticketing app for sporting events, concerts, and other events. They make the buying experience easier by the app ranking each ticket from 0 to 10 to see if you are getting a good deal, and you can see exactly where you are sitting. I regularly use that app, and I have had nothing but a fantastic experience with SeatGeek. Use my promo code ROOFTOPSPORTS to get $20 off of your first purchase. Link to the code, app, and website will be in the description, so take advantage, and thank you. Let's go over the starting lineup for the Seattle Mariners. We got Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Eugenio Suarez, Jorge Polanco, Josh Naylor, Mitch Garver, Victor Robles, and J.P. Crawford. Man, where is Harry Ford still on this team? I mean, I think they're just using him as a backup in case Mitch Garver or Cal Raleigh gets hurt. But let's hope that does not happen. I think Harry Ford is still part of it. Yep, I think Harry Ford is still part of this team. Nothing's been said. Yeah, Mitch Garver, Victor Robles, and then J.P. Crawford. Those are the next bottom guys. Mariners just 1 game ahead, and looks like the Texas Rangers, they are now 6 games behind on the division. They've had a huge meltdown, so it looks like their possible run to the playoffs has just came to an end. But now it comes down. This is an AL West showdown. And the last time the Mariners had an AL West showdown at this critical time was in 2023 when the Astros beat up on the Mariners, taking 2 of 3 from that series, which pretty much put their season on life support. They did win 3 of 4 against the Texas, but it just wasn't enough. Mariners' record since September 6th, they are 12-1. They're absolutely on fire. That was after their disastrous series against, I think it was against Tampa Bay, and then they rebounded to win the series against Atlanta, and they've only lost 1 game since. Mariners now have a 22% chance to win the West, 1.7 chance to earn the bye. Astros had 75%. This was on September 6th, but now they have a 75% and a 58% to earn the bye. A lot of amazing things has happened. It also has to be thanks in part to the huge meltdown of a month that the Tigers are all of a sudden having. Tigers have lost 5 in a row. They're 2-8 in their last 10. And now the Mariners have a great opportunity to really hold that, to really put more of a deficit on the Detroit Tigers, which we would like to see. I don't think any of us would want to see the Mariners just settling for a playoff spot, even though that making the playoffs would be huge, because the third playoff spot still isn't safe because of Cleveland. So someone is going to be very disappointed. We got Jorge Polanco against Framber Valdez. He bats .480, so that's the key thing to look at. Now here's Framber Valdez, 29 games, 12-10 with a 3.59. And this first pitch will be brought to you by SeatGeek. Framber Valdez got a sinker, a curveball, and a changeup. He is one of their best starters, if not the best starter in that rotation. And now here is Randy Arozarena going to be up to the plate. And now here is the first pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to Altuve, go to first, and that's going to be in time for the first out of this inning. Just already on the first pitch, Randy Arozarena goes down. And now we got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. See what Cal Raleigh is up to bat. About batting .246. He's going to be batting on the left side. And he has the opportunity to go that home run. And I don't think Framber Valdez necessarily has to be aggressive. Actually, Cal Raleigh is going to be on the right-handed side because Valdez is a lefty. Excuse me. Now here is the pitch to Cal Raleigh. And that's going to be right down the middle for a strike. Looks like Framber Valdez is going right after him. Cal Raleigh in this series has been 0-2. Would like to step up to help the Mariners win this series against the Houston Astros, as now we're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. You can see the SeatGeek logo in the back, at the backstop. Use my promo code Rooftop Sports, get your $20 off. Now we're at 1-1. He is 5 for 21 against Framber Valdez. And now here is the pitch, and that is low for a ball. That is going to be 2-1. Mariners, or Cal Raleigh has an 18-game on-base streak, a .422 OBP, 6 home runs, and 16 runs. Julio is on deck, as now we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball 3. I would wonder if he's just going to let Cal Raleigh walk on this one to try to get Julio to hit into a double play. Offense last night with runners in scoring position, Astros were 0 for 4, Mariners 0 for 2, but they were able to make up for it on 4 home runs. As now we're at 3-1. I got 8 people in this streaming. I really appreciate it. Put the comments in there. At 3-1. Valdez is ready. He is set. And now here is the 3-1 pitch on the way. And that's going to be a ground ball foul. He was going to try to go right after him. That was a meatball pitch. Whoop, Mariners night. You're saying RGR21. And RGR21, thank you very much for being here. Carter Ellis, thank you for being here. As we're at 3-2 the count. The full count. Wonder what they're going to do here. Looks like they just want to get him out. And now here is the pitch. And a swing and a miss at the dirt for strike 3. And that is going to be 2 outs. And now we've got Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. And Matthew Jr., thank you for being here. Highest XBA since August 1st. Julio is 5th in the league on XBA. That is, XBA is based on quality of contact. So Julio's been a lot better in the second half than he has been in the first half, at least since August 1st. Now here's Julio Rodriguez up to bat, batting .269 with 31 home runs and 94 RBIs. Is that the Astros pitcher that purposefully hit his catcher? It was indeed. I'm pretty sure it was. Batting .269. Career versus Framber Valdez, he hits 1 home run. Julio hitting a bomb would really be nice because at this point it's 2 outs. So what more do they got to lose? And as you can see in the background, would anyone like to guess what game that is in my background? I was playing it just before this game started. So whoever wants to answer it, let me know. And now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. And whoever gets it right, I'm trying to see if I should do like a giveaway thing. Might give away. I don't really have anything to give away. Maybe some in my Mariners memorabilia. Which one, RGR21? And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Yeah, would you like to guess which one it is, RGR21? As we're at 2-0. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball 2-1. Yeah, give me the exact one. I mean, it could be any of them because there's been so... Nope, it is not Need for Speed 2. As we are at 2-1. Need for Speed 2 was pretty good, though. They just didn't have a Lamborghini, but they used... And now here is going to be the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Yeah, I'm just playing all the demos, as you can see. Not going to give you any hint. Nope, it is not Need for Speed Payback. Absolutely not. And I would never play Payback. I think once it gets after Most Wanted, you're done with it. Need for Speed 6. Nope, that's not what it is. As we're at 3-1 for Julio Rodriguez. Now here is the pitch. Low for a ball 4. Good on Julio Rodriguez to not just completely swing at that one. And that's going to be a man on first base. Trying to see what I can really give away. Just for fun. I don't know. Oh, I'll give away that Luis Castillo. Here, I'll give this away. And here is Eugenio Suarez, or I'll give you a Randy Arozarena. If anyone guesses it by the end of... By the pacing of the... Which one? Which one, Carter? And now we're at 0-1. I'll give you away either... And here the runner goes. Now here's the pitch. And now the throw to second base. And Julio gets there in time. I'll give away this Randy Arozarena bobblehead. Or I'll give away the Luis Castillo Pop It. Yeah, you gotta tell me which one it is. Nope, it is not Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2. It is not. As now we're at 0-1. No, not Need for Speed World. I didn't even know that was even a game. As now we're at 0-1, and now here's the pitch to Suarez, and that is low for a ball, and that's going to be 1-1. Suarez doesn't have to hit the... Yep. Carter Ellis, congratulations. You have won. You got it right. Message me on Instagram if you would like to claim your prize, either the Luis Castillo Pop It, or the Randy Arozarena bobblehead, as we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch, And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep center field. He's still running, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Here comes Julio Rodriguez. He is going to score, and the Mariners now lead it 1-0 on an RBI, 2-out RBI double by Eugenio Suarez.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
That was a beautiful hit by Eugenio Suarez. Good to see the Mariners on the board, but they've got to keep it up. Yep, you were close, RGR21. And the one who got the hot pursuit answer, that is Carter Ellis. I will star you. Message me on Instagram. Now here's Polanco, who does very well against Valdez. The pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to Altuve. Throw to first, and that's going to be in time, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the bottom of the first inning, and already a 1-0 lead for the Mariners. Very good on Eugenio Suarez.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
I actually do have a Discord. Let me see if I could even get the link for it. I have a Discord on my Rooftop Sports thing. I just got to find it. And we are back from the break. See if I can find it on my link tree. All right, here's my Discord. Now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball diving stop by Suarez. Throw to first in time. Carter Ellis, if you have Twitter X, that's another way of doing it. And there is my Discord right there, if you would like to join that one. And for so much people out here, I know I say it before, it's rare for me to say it, but help this channel by donating to the channel. Now the pitch to Correa outside for a ball. Yeah, donate to this channel. Help this channel or join my membership. As we're at 1-0 for Carlos Correa. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike one. Ah, Matthew J. got suspended on Discord. Why did you even do to yourself? As now we're at 1-1. Now here's the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to right field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And now we got Carlos Correa on first base. Age limits. RGR21 just gifted another membership. Wow. You really are my cash cow for this channel, honestly. That's now going to give me 8 members on my channel. It's $5 a month. If you were wondering what's in it for you to join this membership, you get content for fantasy football. It's basically a fantasy football diary. And also I talk about my softball performances. Yeah, it's just the idea that you're just supporting my channel too, as we're at 0-1. And time has been called by the umpire. And yep, my membership just went all the way down. Looks like the ones that got gifted, they did not extend. It is what it is. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Huh, age limits. Are you just not 18 yet, Matthew Jr.? As we're at 1-1 for Isaac Paredes. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. There's no way that you're only 9 years old. Okay, as we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And he pops it up. He kind of lost his bat. And are they going to get it? And Naylor drops it. And that's going to be a foul ball. So if you're 9 years old and if had you won that challenge, I definitely would have had you sign a permission slip and have your parents be there with you while I'm giving the prize, because I'm not going to put myself on a one-on-one with a kid. No, thank you. Oh man, just could have turned around on that stuff. Yeah, that's a huge lost opportunity on that pop-up. Now Paredes gets another chance. I think something like this might get him confidence for a home run, as we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs on this inning. Isaac Paredes didn't even complete the swing. He just kind of half-butt that swing. And now it's going to be 2 outs. Now here at the bottom of the first. Now here is Altuve, the pitch. And that is a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1. Jose Altuve is the cleanup hitter. And now here is the pitch. And that is outside for a ball. Let's find out about Brian Woo's MRI. They didn't expect to put him on the IL at all. He's day-to-day right now with an inflammation on his right pectoral. As now we're at 1-1 the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. When did you start watching the Mariners? You watched them when you were 5, so basically around the Julio time, almost. I have been watching this team since 2000 when Alex Rodriguez was on the team. And now 2-1. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. And that may get the runner to third base. Will it? No, it's going to be the second base. Now we got runners on first and second. That was a 2-out single by Jose Altuve. Now we got Victor Caratini up to the plate. Oh, boy. JP just couldn't get there in time. Here in the humid Houston. Caratini's batting .264. Raleigh. George Kirby is having himself some kind of trouble. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And that's going to be ball 1. It was actually low for a ball. As now we're at 1-0 for Caratini. Christian Walker being seen at the pitch. Hasn't been exactly a great season for him. As we're at 1-0, the pitch. And that's going to be right down the middle for a strike. Also, my fantasy baseball team is just getting torn apart. As we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. I'm not necessarily 100% out of it. If I can get him on strikeouts, which is very possible, or on runs, which is possible, to come up with 3 saves, which that's not going to happen. I have to get 3 strikeouts just to force a tie. I don't know. As we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Way inside for a ball. That almost got him, and that is going to be 2-2 on Victor Caratini. Whatever HD even means in a holds. If I can come up with one more hold or something, just probably from the bullpen. And now the 2-2 pitch. Low for a ball, 3-2. And now this is where things can get very, very dangerous. I mean, Matthew Jr., you barely just got into the Mariners, so I wouldn't have expected you to get into Griffey. And you're Asian. What Asian are you? I'm Korean. As we are at 3-2 on Victor Caratini. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Naylor. The toss over the first. That is in time. And looks like, and let's see. Carter Ellis, can you confirm your Instagram name? As you said that you would like the bobblehead of Randy Arozarena. Wow, you have 757 followers. Also curious, how old are you? Looks like you're a baseball player. Yeah, that sounds about right. And where are you located? Now, would you like to meet in person? We can do that. Or if you would rather just give a shipping address, which I could also accommodate. You're a little leaguer already hitting 14 home runs. Are you hitting them out of the fence, or are you just doing inside the Parkers? No way. Really? There's just no way. Not that you have to prove it to me or anything, because if you were to prove it to me, then you have to send a video, or if it was in person, your mom and dad's got to be there at the same time. Can't be there with a minor alone. And now here's Josh Naylor up at the plate. He has the most home runs since switching teams, along with Eugenio Suarez. And now he's going to be up to the plate. I wonder where Josh is. Could really use Josh right now. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And here's the pitch. I live in Renton. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. It could be dropping. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. As Jeremy Pena could not get there. He was in a really tight, tough angle. And now we got Naylor to first base. And now we got Mitch Garver up to the plate. Naylor definitely deserves an extension. It should be offered him. It should definitely be offered to him. And now here's the pitch. And it's low for a ball. But I wonder if they're going to wait until the offseason. But I would not want to let Naylor go, as he is one of the... I do not live in Seattle. He is one of the best players that we've seen at T-Mobile Park. As now we're at 1-0 for Garver. And now the pitch. And low for a ball. Throw to second. And that's going to be not in time. And Naylor is still perfect in stolen bases. Naylor has definitely been a hustler for this team. As now we're at 2-0. As we're at 2-0 for Naylor. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. Excuse me, it was Mitch Garver. You just want this Astros pitchers to lose purposely for hitting his catcher. As we're at 2-1 for the Garv sauce. And here is the pitch. Low for a ball. And that is 2-2. 3-1. Excuse me. What is going on with me today? Garver is hitting 207 on the season. Better than last season. And now the 3-1 pitch. And that was right down the middle. That is a strike. 92. That was like a meatball pitch for Mitch Garver. Yeah, I'm surprised Josh isn't here either. I was like, where is he? Now we're at full count 3-2. And the throw to second. No, nothing happening. Naylor stays at second. And Carter, you won it by mail. And the pitch. And that's going to be popped up into center field. I don't know if that's going to be enough for Naylor to get there. And he's making the catch as Jake Myers. And the throw to third. He's going there. And he gets the third base safely. And now we got a runner on third base with just one out. All you really need is some kind of a sacrifice fly at the bare minimum. You would think that's like the worst case scenario. Best case scenario would just be a home run, or another best case scenario just be a base hit. And that's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be Victor Robles. As now we're at 0-1. Now here's Victor Robles up to the plate. And now here it is. And now here's a fly ball belted to deep left center. But he's going to be there and makes the catch. And tagging at third is Josh Naylor. And there is no throw to the plate. And the Mariners now take a 2-0 lead on a sacrifice fly by Victor Robles. And it's now the Mariners 2 and the Astros nothing. And the Mariners are slowly chipping away on the Astros, taking care of business. And let's see if they can keep this up. And the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and it's right by the third baseman. Throw to first in time, and that's going to retire the side. And we go into the bottom of the second inning.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki goes pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're going to spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. And we are back from the break. Lots of Mariner fans out there. Now here's the pitch to Yainer Diaz, and that is going to be a strike. I hope they use my SeatGeek promo code to get to that game. And now we're at 0-1 for Yainer Diaz. And now here is the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. Diaz is batting .256 with 19 home runs and 68 RBIs. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And that is going to be 2-1. George Kirby got himself out of a jam in the first inning. And now he's kind of struggling on the count, a little bit behind. It's going to be 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike two. That was well hit, but it was way foul. And now we're at 2-2. And now here's the 2-2 pitch. And that will be fouled again. You're forced to listen to the Astros podcast, and their commentator sounds exactly like Goldie. Oof. And now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 3-2. Matthew, you're back. Now we're at 3-2 for Diaz. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit. And once again, we've got a runner on first base, man on base for the second straight inning. Not looking good so far. That was on the inside, a little bit inside on a 97. And now it's Jesus Sanchez up to the plate. He's batting .240 with 13 home runs and 46 RBIs. And now here is the pitch. Way up high for a ball. And George Kirby starting to lose a little bit of control. Because now it's 1-0. Now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. And that is a strike. And now it's 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be way inside for a ball. That is going to be 1-1, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. I think the ball went too quickly for Cal Raleigh to get to it. And now we're at 2-2. And now here is the pitch. That's going to be fouled back, and that's still going to be strike 2. And Jesus Sanchez is really fighting it off. Won't be for the Mariners game tomorrow due to Don't Quit Your Day Job, but I will be there for the next three Rockies games and 2 of 3 of the Dodgers games. As now we're at 2-2 on Sanchez. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 went right after him. 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and that is going to be 1 out. Would like to see a double play on this one. Minimize the damage as much as you can. And now let's go to around the scoreboard. Twins have gotten 3 hits on Cleveland, but haven't scored yet. Need the Dodgers to win. Braves has just defeated. Now the pitch. Outside for a ball. And by the way, this is a double header for between Cleveland and the Twins. As now we're at 1-0. Now here's the 1-0 pitch. And that is up high for a ball. Pirates are winning 2-0 right now against the A's. Red Sox are beating the Rays right now, but you want Tampa to win. Yankees are beating the Orioles. That doesn't really matter anymore at this point, as we're at 2-0. And now here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, 3-0. Kirby is struggling with his command. Texas Rangers is pretty much a lost cause for themselves. Royals, I think, are a lost cause. So we're at 3-0 for Jake Myers. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. Now we're at 3-1. Now the 3-1 pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, double play ball, throw to second, and then throw to first. That is in time for the double play, and that's going to retire the side. Mariners get out of a little bit of a jam. It's going to be going into the top of the third. It is 2-0. And excuse me. Here.
Watch highlights of players that you would like to add. That way you can see if he could be a long-term solution for you.
Looks like he has potential. He could be my long-term starter.
Read up updates on football players regarding injuries or any various stories. Look up the matchups on each player of your team. That way you can see how he will perform for the upcoming game. Do not tell anyone who you are picking up in free agency.
Dude, I think I'm going to add Kirk Cousins. I heard RG3 looks really bad.
Kirk Cousins has been acquired by Team The Empire.
We're back from the break. Now they have Jay Buhner on the call. Wonder what that's all about. Oh, he's just a guest for Aaron Goldsmith and Ryan Roland, the hyphen Smith. He's the hyphen. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike for Randy Arozarena. He grounded out on the very first pitch of the game. He has 27 home runs. The pitch, low for a ball, and that is going to be ball 1. If the Mariners win this series, they will be 2 games ahead on Houston for the division, and they will also have a tiebreaker on Houston. Now the 1-1. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Altuve again. Throw to first, and that's going to be in time, and that is going to be 1 out. Next is going to be Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Cal Raleigh still has a chance. He has plenty of time to get to Ken Griffey Jr. to beat Ken Griffey Jr. He has 56 home runs, and he could be at 57. 1 home run away from breaking the single season record. And now the pitch. That is going to be a ball. Ken Griffey Jr. hit 56 home runs as not only his career high, but the Mariners record. It was 56. And now the pitch. The crazy thing was, both in 97 and in 98, he was well on pace to beat the Roger Maris record, but then he had tough stretches in sometime around the second half where there was a month he didn't really hit a home run. And most of all, in 98, he was actually in the running with Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa to chase the record. Now the 0-2. Now here's a fly ball to deep right center field, and that is gone! That is the new record! Welcome to the brand new record of home runs, number 57. Move over, Ken Griffey Jr. Congratulations, Cal Raleigh. And now the Mariners are at 3, Houston nothing. And what a moment for Cal Raleigh. I am just so shocked it happened. I couldn't even say anything rationally. But now he is the Mariner all-time home run king. He gets hugged by Eugenio Suarez. He gets the trident, just puts it up in the air real quickly, gets the high fives. And what a moment for the Seattle Mariners and Cal Raleigh. Home run number 57. New Mariners single season record. And how about that? And that was off of the right side of the plate. And that was just going into the bullpen for a home run. Congratulations, Cal Raleigh. Yep, Ken Griffey Jr. hit 56 from 97 to 98. Cal Raleigh now at 57. Move over, Griffey. And now the question is, can he get to 60? And now here is Julio Rodriguez. Now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Altuve. Throw to first. And that's going to be in time. And that is going to be 2 outs. What a moment for the big dumper with home run 57. And now we got Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. And now here is Suarez. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now here is the 1-0. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Washington Huskies just scored. They now lead at 7-0 in the Apple Cup for anyone that cares. I'm cheering for the Cougars. I don't like the Huskies at all. As we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is 2-1 on Eugenio Suarez. Suarez is 1 for 1, got the RBI double in the top of the first inning. And now here is the pitch, and that is low for a ball. As we're at 3-1. And now the 3-1 pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. It is 3-0 Mariners, but they still have a long ways to go. They have got to keep up the pace. And they don't want to suffer a comeback, as we're at 3-2. Low for a ball. So the walk.
All right, guys. Goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
And now we got Jorge Polanco up to the plate. He is 0 for 1. It's 2 outs, but he does well against Framber Valdez. And now here is the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. The only one that has given me runs today is Spencer Torkelson on my fantasy baseball team. Now we're at 0-1 on the Polo. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, almost at the dirt. That's going to be 0-2. Glad that I was able to witness the moment for Cal Raleigh. Home run number 57. As now we're at 0-2 on Jorge Polanco. Polo is waiting. Now the 0-2 pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball foul. We're at 0-2. Now here is no throw to first and keeping Suarez back at the first base. Don't know why though, because Suarez is not really a runner, doesn't really steal bases. Will Cal Raleigh win the MVP? I don't know. I think they're still going to give it to Judge. As we're at 0-2 for Polanco. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. We're at 1-2 now. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Not going to go anywhere. And he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. But congratulations to Cal Raleigh on home run number 57. Does it against Houston to break Ken Griffey Jr.'s record for the all-time franchise home runs by a Mariner. Now it is 57, and now I got to go to the bathroom.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays.
head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
So basically, I just got paid to go to the bathroom. So thank you, Sandwich, for doing that. Do I think that Aaron Judge fatigue amongst voters is possible? You just never know, right? You just never know. But there is one award that I do prioritize over the MVP, and guess what that is? The World Series. And yes, Sandwich, thank you for that donation. So that is now, since RGR21 has gifted a membership, that will make it $10. Magic number is now 40 to get to 50. And now we're back from the break and the pitch, and that's going to be inside for a ball. That is now going to be Cam Smith up to the plate. He's batting .239. Astros have been in trouble, going 6-4. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball to Polanco, throw to first in time. Yordan Alvarez has been out for most of the season, so that may play a part on why the Astros have pretty much been stumbling. You got to give them credit that they're still able to be a competitive team despite all of the crazy injuries that they've been having. But now it's up to the Mariners to see if they can take advantage of that. As if we thought last year was going to be. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. 96-mile-an-hour fastball. And now the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball to Polanco again. Throw to first in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. Easy inning so far. If you're watching, make sure to like the stream. Absolutely like the stream, fools. Make sure you do that. Don't forget that. Now we got Carlos Correa up to the plate. We're back at the top of the lineup. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And after this show, I will be doing another show. I'll be doing the Fantasy Basketball Draft Lottery. And now here is the pitch. And obviously, all of you will be invited. And also, if you want to get more exclusive following on my Fantasy Basketball League, join my Patreon page as well. Or join the YouTube membership, as we're at 0-2. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. And I will also provide a link for my Patreon page. To get for the Patreon, it will be just $5 a month, and it will be an ad-free content. So if you're tired of ads, now the pitch, that's going to be a foul ball. If you are tired of ads, which I would think most of you are on my YouTube channel, I like the actual YouTube ads, then you may want to give the Patreon a shot. And now here is the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. So yeah, I got the link in there in the description of this video. Join that if you would like to get more updates on my fantasy sports performances. The ones I will probably do mostly video are the ones that are going to be like, and now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball foul. Mostly it's going to be football. And I had been doing baseball. I'm in the finals. I'm in the championship, basically the World Series, with Langoliers like sheep's wool. But he is beating me. He has me on strikeouts so far and runs. And now here is the 1-2 pitch. Now it's going to be a ground ball throw to first in time. And that is going to retire the side. And we are now going into the top of the 4th inning. It is still 3-0 Mariners.
Modern Exterior Solutions is a fully licensed and insured full-service exterior renovations company serving Seattle and East Side communities. We know that a home is one of your most important possessions. That's why we're committed to providing high-quality, affordable home renovations for each customer's individual budget. We're diverse enough to meet the challenges of any project you put in front of us. Our workmanship minimizes the use of third-party services, and our team works together to meet all your deadlines. Anytime there's a challenge, we work with you to find a solution. We're proud to work with distributors of quality brand products with durable, ample protection from the elements for a variety of applications, including James Hardie siding and trim. Talk with us today about your project's needs, and we can help you solve all the challenges along the way.
Kirby did just hit 99, indeed. See what else is going on around the scores in baseball. We've got Royals are now beating the Blue Jays. Rangers beating the Marlins. Red Sox are still beating up on the Rays. It's just 1-0 though. And Cleveland and the Twins is still deadlock at 0-0. So there is actually a possibility if the Mariners are to win this series and Cleveland wins, that means Cleveland could be, Red Sox might actually get knocked out. Now you got to see what the schedule is for the rest of the season for both of these teams, as these are the ones to really look at. And you also want to look at the Tigers as well. And now here is Josh Naylor to the plate. Now the pitch. And that is going to be low for a ball. So Cleveland in their next games, here's what they've got. Now we're looking at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a check swing. Did he go? He did not. They're going to be hosting the Tigers. So there could be a little bit of a conflict there. And they'll be closing against Texas. So Cleveland could be on a streak to make it to the playoffs. Now here's a 2-0. It's going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman. He's got it, and that's going to be 1 out. That was Caratini who makes the play. Detroit Tigers will be playing at Cleveland and at Boston. So Detroit is actually in trouble. They're in real serious trouble. They actually could be in danger of maybe missing the playoffs, to be honest with you. What a meltdown that would be. And then Cleveland, what do they got? Now here is Mitch Garver, the pitch. Low for a ball. Mitch Garver, or I'm sorry, the Cleveland Guardians will be playing Detroit. I already got that. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And now let's look at Houston. Like, what is their schedule looking like? Now, if you play Houston, they have the Athletics and the Angels. So they have a pretty easy schedule, very favorable schedule. So I think it's going to be tough. So the Mariners, they better be up for it. I mean, sure, you'll have Colorado after this, but you cannot let up on any of those games. And then the Dodgers will not be easy either. Now, here is the 2-1. And now check swing. Did he go? He did so. That's going to be 2-2. But the Mariners can only focus on themselves at this point. As now we are at 2-2. And now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. And that's going to be 2 down. And now it's going to be Victor Robles up to the plate. Now here's Victor Robles up to the plate. And the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And that's going to be 0-1. Going to be 0-1. And now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a base hit. And it's going to be a 2-out single for Victor Robles. And he was thinking about going to second base. That's like, whoa, hold up. And that's going to be man on first with 2 outs. And next, and that was off of the mound where Framber Valdez was. Now here's J.P. Crawford up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball. Aaron Judge just hit his 49th home run of the season. He's about to have another 50 home run season. Now we're at 1-0. Fritz, what happened was, and now here's the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul. So what happened was this. An RBI double by Eugenio Suarez. Then it was a sacrifice fly, I believe, by Victor Robles. And then Cal Raleigh broke the record of Ken Griffey Jr. And now it's 57. Be careful, Victor. And now the throw to first. Not in time. I wouldn't take a big lead if I were you, Victor. And now we're at 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. Now here's going to be a ball throw to second base. And he is safe, just safe right in there is Victor Robles with a stolen base. And I wonder if they're going to challenge that call. That did look like a challengeable play, unfortunately. We're going to have to see what the Astros are going to do. Victor didn't really have the best jump. And fans are cheering. It's going to be a close call, I can tell you that. The umpire seemed hesitant. Now we're at 2-1. RGR21, can you link me that YouTube channel? I'd like to see now the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be 2-1, 2-2. Fritz, saw you get banned from a Karen Astros stream, even though I super chatted yesterday. You got banned by an Astros fan after super chatting? I'd like to see who this channel is. As we're at 2-2, I want to engage with them too. Give me the channel. As we're at 2-2. Be very curious who this Astros guy is. Let me see if I can find this person. Now we're at 2-2. And now the... Oh, no. I think that should be a balk, honestly. Man, Northwest Sports Fanatics has 336 of them. As now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. That is going to be now 3-2. Norbcam has his people too. Is it Board Sports? Looking at anything with the lives in there. Now we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner and fouled. Trying to figure out which one it is. Is it the Gaukstros? No, do not ban Stros fans. We're not banning anybody. Not an Astros fans. They're always welcome on my channel. As we're at 3-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. We go into the very next inning, and now 3-0, but Mariners came up empty on that one. Now I'm going to try to find this. Maybe it's the Galstros. Oh, okay. I had just what's it called? I have just subscribed to them. So now I'm going to try to see if they'll be responsive to me. But I have to be a subscriber for about 10 minutes. I'm going to also subscribe it from my other channel, a Galstros. I have double the subscribers of him, I can tell you that. He's from Hiroshima, Japan. I think he's mostly a live streamer. He is mostly a live streamer. He's pretty cool thumbnails, I'll give him that. His thumbnails look better than mine. Can't hate him for it. How many people does he have in his channel right now? He's about 103. So he's pretty big. He's bigger than me, I guess. And now we are back from the break, and now here is Isaac Paredes. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Let me see. And now we're at 1-0 for Paredes. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside that's going to be in there for a strike. He also said the Mariners dance they win is okay. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. That's great. As we're at 1-1. And swing and a miss, strike 2. Looks like he may want to just join that fate of Tom Brenneman, the capitals of the world. I think it was Northwest Sports Fanatics, Fritz, and that's going to be low for a ball, 2-2. I'd be very curious to get to know this guy. Pretty interesting way that he does his channel. He's from Hiroshima, Japan, now the 2-2. And that's going to be popped up, and that should go to Suarez, and he's going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 out. Just excited to be getting the opportunity, and pretty interesting way he does his. Pretty interesting way how he does his streaming. The Mariners, yeah, we talked about that. And now here's Jose Altuve up to the plate, batting .262 with 26 home runs, 74 RBIs. You can see the fans showing their signs. Now here's the pitch. That's going to be up high for a ball. I welcome Galstros to join us so he can see that he can respectfully voice his opinion with no ban, unlike him, especially when super chatted. Yeah, why would you piss away revenue that way? And now here's the 1-0. And that is a strike. Maybe I wonder if Josh is in there. He is not in there. As we're at 1-1. And the pitch going to be outside for a ball, 2-1. Wow, he only limits to subscribers. He really wants to limit to subscribers. Wow. As we're at 2-1. I wonder if anyone has gotten my CP promo code and actually used it for this Astros game. Nobody did. As now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. You know what I'm going to do is, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to stream. I'm going to put myself in there. I'm going to chat after this break. I'm going to chat on his box and say, hey, I'm a Mariners fan. Now here's a 2-2. And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. Now here's Julio Rodriguez. He's there and makes the catch. And that's going to be 2 outs. George Kirby's actually been settling down ever since the first 2 innings where he was giving up some hits. This guy has 103 viewers. Northwest Sports Fanatics has 336, and I'm here with just 5. He has a nice little setting, though. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. And now we're at 0-1. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be 0-2 now. Don't forget, it's insanely easy to add viewers by botting. What do you mean? I think most of their viewers are bots, don't you think? So you think mine's more organic? I wonder if Northwest Sports Fanatics is the same thing. See how long it takes you to get banned. I want to see. I'll be very curious. As we're at 1-2. Still not there yet. As now we're at 1-2, the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Most of their viewers are bots. Huh. You think the same thing for Northwest Sports Fanatics, or do you think his is more authentic? As now we're at 1-2 for Caratini. Now we're at 1-2, and now the pitch. And that is going to be strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. And an easy 1-2-3 inning, and Caratini is absolutely shocked, as he should be, because it was outside the zone clearly. Oh, Gaukstras is saying how much the umpire is unacceptable. Still waiting to see. Man, I have to do this for 10 minutes? It's been more than 10 minutes since I subscribed. Let me chat. I guess it really hasn't been 10 minutes at all. But I'm looking forward to it. Just want to see what he says. I'll even give him a like myself. Haha, this stream is Karen to the team, man. Oh man, popping my knuckles. Ugh. Still another 10 minutes. Oh, sure, if I do a super chat. I shouldn't, but I want to go back to his stream. What's stopping you? Oh, I see what you mean. Set the speed of chats versus the number of viewers. Want me to super chat Go Mariners? I don't know. That's up to you, man. Actually, I dare you. I want to see what he says. And let's wait till next commercial break, and that's when I should be able to chat on his stream. And how many strikeouts does George Kirby have? He has now 3 strikeouts, and we are back from the break. Let's do it on commercial break, the next one, at least when I'm able to comment. Man, 10 minutes or longer? How long do I have to wait? It's got to be longer than that. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. He also has his Patreon page as well. He does it for $5 a month. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Altuve again. Now the throw to first. That's going to be in time. So 5 chatters are moving to the same speed as 300 chatters? Sure. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. He's got to go. Maybe he wants to go for 58. Does he really want to get the AL record? That is the question. And now the pitch. That's going to be a liner and fouled. I really just want to. Oh, I can chat now. So at commercial break, let's do this. Now we're at 0-1 as it was a foul ball. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is 1-1. I can finally chat on his channel. And now we're at 1-1 on the big dumper Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. And that is up high for a ball. Will take 10 minutes, will it? Should we do it at the same time, or should we do it sometime? Let's do it when it's like 5:40. Because now we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 3-1 for the big dumper Cal Raleigh. All right, let's plan it at 5:40. 5:40 will be going in hot as we're at 3-1. And now here is the pitch. Outside for ball 4, take your base. And now Cal Raleigh is going to be at first. And now next up to the plate is going to be Julio Rodriguez. I have no idea how he does it. Yeah, 115 viewers. Well, he only had 1.21 thousand subscribers. Doesn't seem to add up, doesn't it? You would think mine is the more honest one. Now here's the pitch to Julio. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That is going to be a base hit. And I wonder if Cal Raleigh isn't. Nope, he's going to stay at second base. Oh, Matthew Jr., you're always back. You're always going in, and you're going out. You're going back, going out, going back. Nice hit by Julio Rodriguez. Now, next up, I believe, is going to be Josh Naylor to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And actually, it's going to be Suarez up to the plate. Huskies are beating the Cougars 14-7. As now it's 1-0. And now here is the pitch. It's going to be that's going to be a strike. Eugenio Suarez was not happy with that call. And why should he be? As now we're at 1-1, and now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. There's an Astros fan in his channel going, rigged game. They want the Mariners to win, just like they did for the Rangers. Wow. Okay. And now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that's going to be 2-2. Got 9 livers so far. Hit the like button, subscribe, and also donate to the channel. Almost getting to $50, but I'm at 40 to go as we're at 2-2 for Eugenio Suarez. And now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs for the Mariners. And RGR21, text me when you're ready to chat with the Astros. And now here is Jorge Polanco up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Wonder how long this guy's been doing it for, too. He's been doing it for about a year. Looks like much of his stuff is AI stuff on his thumbnails. And now here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. But this is where the speciality is for Jorge Polanco. When there is... what was I saying? Now it's going to be 0-2. Got 13 people on. Hit the like button, subscribe, and donate. And now the 0-2 pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball. That's going to be foul ball. The advantage that Jorge Polanco does have is when runners are in scoring position with 2 outs, he does hit very well. As now we're at 0-2 again for Jorge Polanco, which, by the way, he's had a rebound year from last year. And now it's going to be 0-2 on Polo. And now the 0-2 pitch. Now here's a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And I wonder if no, bases are going to be loaded. Cal Raleigh didn't go for it. And now it's going to be the next batter. It is going to be Josh Naylor. Let's see what Josh Naylor can do with 2 outs. That was a nice hit by Jorge Polanco. I want to see what the Astros are about. Just by the way this is going, Mariners may have the upper hand on this division. And now they're having a chatter with Framber Valdez, who's at 80 pitches already, going into the top of the 5th inning. He has pitched 4 2/3 so far, but now he's in trouble with the bases loaded, but with 2 outs. But it's going to be up to Josh Naylor. Astro fans are very upset. Now you're still waiting for your 10 minutes. I think we're about 6 minutes away, and we'll do it on the next commercial break. And also, Carter, if you're still there, what do you remember from Need for Speed Hot Pursuit? Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit. And now here is Josh Naylor up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. Way inside for a ball. That is going to be ball 1. Naylor is batting .290 with 20 home runs and 87 RBIs. He could go into the 90s by the end of this season. And now here is the pitch. And that was right down the middle, and that is going to be a strike. And now we're at 1-1 for Josh Naylor. And now here is the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not go. And that should be 2-1. We got some activity in the bullpen. Someone is there in the bullpen. And now we're at 2-1. Astros fans saying it's a rigged game, and they want the Mariners to win, even though the Astros might have been in the playoffs for like the past 7 years. That was just Josh, though, saying it. As we're at 2-1 for Josh Naylor, as he is 1 for 2. But can Josh Naylor extend this? Which they're going to have to. As we're at 2-1 for Naylor. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. Now that it's down to the final strike. But would like to see. And let's wait until commercial break. Let's wait till commercial break. As we're at 2-2. He doesn't do as well as the lefties, Josh Naylor does, as expected for a left-handed hitter. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not go. Yeah, but I'm not ready for it. Let's wait till this inning is over because there's a lot of action going on. As now we're at full count, 3-2. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. That actually could have been a strike, so Naylor had to swing at that one. We are now at 3-2. We're at 3-2. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for ball 4. Take your base. And that will bring in Cal Raleigh. And the Mariners have now made it a 4-0 game. And they are just putting up the runs. And that should be it. And here comes the manager, Joe Espeda. And he has seen enough. He is going to bring in the bullpen, it looks like. Let's see if he actually is going to do it. That was just missed. Naylor was really happy about it. And now we're going to go into it. Let me get the screen up there. All right, let's see how he reacts when I am doing it.
That's it.
Let's go.
87 pitches for Fromber today. 53 in the zone. Gives up 4 runs. More pending. He's got bases loaded right now, so Jaden Murray, I believe, is coming in the game. If Murray's able to get the next batter, then all is fine, but these 3 base runners are on Fromber, so any other runners that get in are going to be on him. He's only given up 6 hits today, or he only gave up 6 hits today. But he walked 4. 6 hits, 4 walks, 4 runs.
See what he says.
And possibly more to come. It just depends on how Murray does on the mound. We'll see.
He doesn't. It looks like he's reacting not so good.
This was Fromber's most important outing of the year, I think. Definitely his most important outing of the year for many reasons. And he blew it.
I think he's just completely ignoring us. And we are back from the break. Too bad that commercial break was just
you think I'm going to read that just because you send me a chat?
But you just took notice to
I
it.
never banned you. I put you in timeout.
Oh, it's just timeout.
But, like I've said,
And now here is Mitch Garver up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. And actually, it's Canzone. Now we're at 0-1 for Canzone. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2 for Canzone. We're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. Jaden Murray's on the mound. He reacted, but not much to it. Still going to be 0-2. Now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Oh, he's gone. He banned him. So we're at 0-2 for Canzone. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a liner, and that is going to be a base hit to right field, and that's going to score in Julio Rodriguez, and that is going to be a 5-0 lead for the Mariners. Dom Canzone gives the Mariners a 5-0 lead. He's nice to me, though. Still chatting on him. Now here is Victor Robles up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. A swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Now we're at 0-2 for Victor. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to retire the side. We go into the very next inning. And it's going to be a 5-0 Mariners lead. Going to try to see what he says. He is calling it garbage.
So basically, the Mariners have averaged 1 run every inning so far. They scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third, none in the fourth, but 2 in the fifth to make up for it. The Astros, on the other hand, have been going gangbusters at the plate. We have a whopping goose egg on the board. It's 5-0. 7 hits for the Submariners, and they have walked 4 times. The Astros have 3 hits, no walks, no runs. Let's see if they turn it around in this inning. I understand midnight sports. Maybe, just maybe, if I were just watching the game and not live streaming it, maybe I would I know for sure what I'd
Rusty
be doing
Gamer
right
likes
now.
me.
If the score were 5-0 and I weren't live streaming, I'd be watching the LSU Tiger game, and I would just be checking the score of this game occasionally because I wouldn't watch it. So I can't blame you.
Wait, slow mode? Why am I on slow mode?
Bill, I'm going to put you in timeout for 10 seconds.
What is with you putting people on timeouts? This guy puts people on timeouts. It's like, why? It's kind of funny.
Rooftop Sports says I come in peace. Plus, I've had Astros fans on my channel. No problem. You don't need to. Try to defend yourself. As long as you're not rude, then everybody's welcome here. As long as they're not rude and ridiculous. If you're rude and ridiculous, then you're gone.
Oh, watch
I
out!
just don't tolerate that stuff in my life anymore. Don't tolerate it anywhere in my life, especially on my channel.
Okay, I can't show this guy because he's showing the game. And now we are back from the break. And now here is the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Now we're at 1-1 for Yanner Diaz. And now here's the pitch. And now here is going to be a fly ball to right field. And Victor Robles is going to be there and makes the catch. And that's going to be 1 out. Man, that Astros guy just had to put the copyright stuff on there, didn't he? Oakland series is a must-win now. Well, yeah, for them, for the Astros, they say. I'm just reading their chats. Now here's the pitch. Now we're at 0-1. Because now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be up high for a ball. No copyright's been found on my channel yet. As now we're at 1-1. And that is a strike. Now we're at 1-2. 1-2. And that is a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called. And that's going to be a strike 3. And that's going to be 2 outs. And Joe Espada is not happy about it. Espada is coming out, and he's going to argue with the umpire. And he gets thrown out of the game. Espada has been thrown out before he even got to the umpire, and now looks like the Astros have lost control of this game. He is now out of the game because he had just had it with him. Oh my goodness. There goes Espada. It's a very frustrating game for the Astros. Yep, he got thrown out all right. And now here is Jake Myers up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And now we're at 0-1, and now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And now the pitch. Up high for a ball. We got 2 balls and 2 strikes for Jake Myers. And now here is the pitch. And that is strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. An easy 1-2-3 inning for the Mariners against the Astros. And now we're going to go into commercial break.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Wait, what? Espada had no idea he got thrown out of the game? That is funny. Uh-oh, it's getting really hot. Now we got JP Crawford up to the plate. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Boston is now winning 3-1. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. Rangers are on the verge of losing. Guardians are now winning 6-0. And And now we're at 2-0. Now here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. Cal Raleigh will bat in this inning as he will hit third. Now we're at 3-0. And now here is the pitch. Inside for ball 4. Cal Raleigh hit 57. Now the question is, does he want to go for 60 and then 63? Those would be the two big milestones of going to 63, because that will be the American League Major League record. The American League record is now 62, owned by Aaron Judge. Now the pitch up high for a ball. That is going to be 1-0. And now he's going to be a lefty. Now we're at 1-0 the pitch. Up high for a ball, 2-0.
This is a great opportunity for the Mariners to just put a dagger.
As we're at 2-0. And now here's the pitch to El Rando Grando. And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. And that's going to be caught by Cam Smith. And now going back to first is going to be J.P. Crawford. Got 9 viewers and 4 likes. And also we've got $10 worth of donations. $5 for the membership and $5 for just donation in general. And that donation was completed by The Sandwich. If anyone else has got some more, please do so. Cal Raleigh is now at 1-2, 1 for 2. He's up to bat right now, and he has a chance to keep moving on with the history. He's now batting lefty. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. He takes that pitch. He has 57 home runs. He leads. He is now the Mariners' home run leader in a single season. Now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball belted to deep right field. And if that is fair, foul. That looked really good, too. That looked like it was going to be home run number 58. He would have tied 1997 Mark McGuire. We thought he had that. And now we're at 1-2 for the dumper Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2 for the dumper Cal Raleigh. He is 1 for 2 with a home run where he broke Ken Griffey Jr.'s record of 56. And now almost 30 years in the making, and the Mariners, and the record is finally broken, as now we're at 1-2 for Cal Raleigh. The humble man. Now the 1-2 pitch. Outside for a ball, 2-2. Looks like Murray's trying to be a little bit more careful with him. And now we are at 2-2. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called, and he knew it. And now that's going to be 2 outs. And now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez to see if he can extend this inning. I know, I was like, strike 3, and he knew it. Now here's Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. It is 2 outs so far. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. I am just shaking in nervousness. The Mariners win today. They'll be at 86-69. Astros will be at 84-71. Now we're at the 0-1, and now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Looking in the standings, teams that are eliminated in the American League: Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Minnesota, White Sox, Athletics, and the Angels. As now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. That was a big swing, and that's going to be strike 2. In the National League, Braves, Nationals, Pittsburgh, and Colorado are also out of the playoffs. And looks like San Diego has just clinched or the Dodgers have just clinched their division. And now the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Excuse me. It was actually just playoff berth. No one in the American League has formally clinched anything. Cubs and Brewers have clinched. And now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball once again. Now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That nearly got away, and that is going to be 3-2. Three and two to count. What does Julio have in him? And the pitch. And now here's a fly ball. That's going to be popped up. And here he is. And he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side, and we're going to go into the bottom of the 6th inning. I don't know if he will hit another home run. I just don't know.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
We are back from the break. He does say things, doesn't he? And now here's the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Should worry about me more. The only team to never win a pennant. But they're definitely looking at that. Now we're at 1-0 for Cam Smith. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. George Kirby still going in strong. This could be his last inning, but I think they should have him go into the 7th inning if he does pitch well in this inning. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Oh, there's no way I am this close right now. As now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And here's going to be a ground ball to Crawford. He's going to have to make up. Nope, he's not going to get it. Crawford couldn't get the bare handing in there. But now it turns out I'm actually getting close in fantasy baseball. He really pulled a Tom Brenneman, didn't he? That's the thing. I just don't say anything. I mean, sure, I'm a Charlie Kirk guy, but now the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. Sure, I'm a Charlie Kirk guy, but that's all I really said. Like, I'm not going to really just expose any parts, whether it's the other side or the other, even though I already have pretty much. Other than that, it's just not necessary. Somebody super chatted, "Go Mariners." Wow, someone did. We'll put it on my stream. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Wonder what he's saying. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball, and that's going to be 2-1. Real Fire, how's it going? Go to my YouTube channel if you want to help me. Now we're at 2-1. And now here's the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 2-2 for Pena. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. No, and J.P. Crawford lets that slip through. And now we've got runners on first and second. And now this could be a rally. And actually, he went to third base. Cam Smith raced to third base. Oh, my goodness. And this is where I think you're going to have to start getting the bullpen busy. I don't know how J.P. Crawford didn't even get that. Yep, this is a good time for Pete Woodworth to come out. Yeah, I don't want to give up any runs. I can tell you that. Yankees, the most liberal city in the country. I think Washington is getting there, or California, actually. Looks like they're going to start warming up Munoz, possibly. And Hancock. Did a high ETO. Yeah, they did one for Charlie Kirk in New York. And now here is the pitch to Correa. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. Correa with runners in scoring position, 35 RBIs. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. Now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three, and that's going to be one out. Now it's going to be Isaac Paredes up to the plate. Six strikeouts for Kirby. And now here is Isaac Paredes up to the plate. Now here is the pitch. Way up high for a ball. Double play is in play for the Mariners to get out of this inning so they can go into the top of the seventh inning real smoothly. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. Now it's 1-1. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. Yankees, the most liberal city in the country, did a tribute to him. You have no reason to feel bad. I guess so. Other NFL teams did it too. As we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to left field and fouled. Wasn't going to leave the yard anyway for a home run. Wouldn't have been had it been fair even. I still think Seattle is the most liberal city. I think Seattle's getting up there. Don't forget San Francisco. As now we're at 2-2. Now the 2-2 pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 3-2. Guys on the mound, it's going to be Matt Brash and Carlos Vargas. And now we're at 3-2. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a liner and fouled. I did look up the most liberal cities. Here is from 20-1. First it's Denver, then Pittsburgh, then Los Angeles somehow at 18. New Orleans, Philadelphia, St. Louis, Austin, Texas, St. Paul, Minnesota, Portland, Oregon, Chicago, Illinois, Baltimore, Maryland. That's the 10. And now here's the 3-2 and a foul ball again. Then it's Buffalo, New York City, Detroit, Michigan, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Boston, Massachusetts, Oakland, California, Seattle, Washington, number 3, Washington, D.C., number 2, and number 1 is San Francisco. And now we are at the 3-2 and fouled again. Mr. Sticky says, before Roger Maris had 61 home runs in 61, who were the closest with 58 home runs? It's not Hank Aaron. He never hit 60. Man. Ted Williams, did he ever get to 58? I don't know. As we're at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. George Kirby is on fire. Who almost beat Babe Ruth's home run record with 58? It's like it was Jimmy Fox. It's like it was Jimmy Fox and Hank Greenberg. They were the closest to it. Now here's Jose Altuve. He has a chance to really make this game close. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Man, this Mariners fan is giving money to the Astros, but not giving money to me. That's nice. As now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's to Polanco. Tossed over the first in time. And that will retire the side. And the Mariners get out of a jam.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
Some Astro fans on the Twitter world are being absolutely just fatalistic. They think the Astros are not going to really do much in the playoffs, or may not even make the playoffs with the way they're playing. And we are back from the break. Looks like Kirby might be done for the game. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. As Eugenio Suarez is now up to the plate. The good vibes only. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. That was up high, and that's going to be 2-0. Now we got Colton Gordon up on the mound. Now the pitch. And that is a strike, and that's going to be 2-1. It's batting .229 with 47 home runs is Eugenio Suarez. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he was reaching for that one. That's going to be 2-2. He's really trying. As now we're at 2-2. And the pitch. He did not go. That's going to be 3-2, the full count. Now it's going to be 3-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep left field, and that's going to be, should be off the wall. Should that be fair? Yes, it is. And now Suarez is going to get to second base on a double, stand-up double.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
Good vibes only. Suarez is having a little bit of conversation chatter, civil conversation with Jose Altuve. Now here's Polanco up to the plate. Suarez is from Venezuela. The pitch. And so is Altuve, which is why I guess that's why they're having some nice conversation. They know each other well. They know their country well. It is unfortunate, though, that Venezuela has just been in awful shape for years. Almost 10 years later, and they still have made no progress in their country. And now we're at 0-1 for Polanco. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to center field, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And now Suarez is going to be scoring, and now Jorge Polanco will get there for a double. That went past the center fielder, and now the Mariners have taken a 6-0 lead on an RBI double by Jorge Polanco. He just let it right through him. And now here's Josh Naylor up to the plate. Mariners are absolutely just destroying the Astros. Now here's Josh Naylor up to the plate. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball, and that going to be enough time for Pena to throw to first in time? But that means Polanco will get to third base. And as for my fantasy baseball team, I am now tied with him. I'm just 2 strikeouts away from taking the lead. Fun fact, the Houston Astros wanted to sign Jorge Polanco. And now here is Dom Canzone, the pitch, swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Now we're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that he just gets jammed up. Nope, that's going to be foul ball. That was going to be like some kind of a pop fly from that angle. Canzone is now batting .302 with 10 home runs and 29 RBIs. As now we're at 1-1. Canzone hit his first home run of the season, tying the Arizona Diamondbacks. As now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs. And now next up to the plate, I believe is going to be J.P. Crawford. No, it's going to be Victor Robles. Eduardo Bazardo in the month of September has been perfect. Bazardo has really came a long way. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to left field, and he makes the catch. And that's going to retire the side. But the Mariners do get one more run out of an RBI double by Jorge Polanco. And now it is time to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root Root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. It would be a shame because the Mariners have a 6-0 lead and the Tigers lost. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hello, hello, oh no, said we gotta go. Yeah, said hello, oh baby, said we gotta go. A fine little girl, she waiting for me. Touch a ship across the sea, and I should go all alone. We never think I will make it home. Hello, yeah. Hello. Oh no, said Louie. Louie. Oh, baby. And now we are back from the break. Lots of Mariner fans in this game. And this game has really been breezing along. Been a pretty quick game so far. And I wonder who's going to be on the mound. I think that's going to be it for George Kirby. He has been nothing short of just fantastic. He may get another win against the Astros. And now who's going to be the pitcher? It's going to be Carlos Vargas, the very wild one. And now he's going to be up on the mound. And now we got Carlos Vargas up to the mound against Victor Caratini, the pitch. And that is low for a ball. Maybe this could be a long inning based on this. And now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball, 2-0. Caratini at 2-0 so far. He is 0 for 2. They usually pull out starters after like 6 innings, especially after 100 pitches. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to right center field, and Julio's going to be there, and he makes the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. The camera angle really threw it off. Looks like Julio gave a fist bump to an Astros fan. Now we got 1 out. Did I say 2 outs? I'm at 1 out. My bad. Now here's Diaz, and now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Looks like the Cleveland Guardians are now just 1 game behind from the Detroit Tigers. What a meltdown the Tigers have been having. As now we're at 0-2. The pitch, low for a ball. It's a pretty catastrophic meltdown, if you ask me, of how the Tigers have been doing. Tigers have just been absolutely humiliated this month. As now we're at 1-2 for Diaz. And now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. May not be enough time, and Suarez is just going to let it happen. And now we got a runner on first base. Cleveland has won 2 of those games against Minnesota today on the doubleheader. So Cleveland could be another challenger for the playoff spot. I mean, look at that. And the wild card, they are now just a half game back from the Astros. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Sanchez, that was a hard hit. And yeah, if Houston loses, now that will be a tie. And the question is, who owns the tiebreaker on that situation between the Astros and the Guardians for the third playoff spot? And the Red Sox had just won their game. And good thing the Mariners don't have Cleveland in any of their territory in their schedule. That's already been done and over with. And now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now that's going to be runners on first and second with 1 out. Tigers and Guardians will be facing off. And now we got Jake Myers up to the plate. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a bunt, and that's going to be a foul ball. And now we're 0-1. Now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Here's going to be a ground ball, and here is Suarez going to first. That's all he's got, and he is going to be out, and that's going to be 2 outs. And now we got 2 outs. Now we got Cam Smith. Now the pitch. And now he gets hit, and now Cam Smith gets hit. Oh, Rooftop Sports code is not working. Also, bad news. I just got put on a timeout by the Astro guy because I was trying to get one of the Mariners fan who was already in the chat of that guy. Well, yeah, because there was a Mariner. Was that you? RGR21, was that you? Did you make a new page for that? Yeah, Parker Christopher. I don't know. I mean, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's sad. I should probably check my promo code. It is Rooftop Sports. Did you put it on cap locks, by the way? Just make sure you did that. Now, Pete Woodworth is having a little bit of a talk. As, by the way, we have the bases loaded for Jeremy Pena, and this game could change at any time. Now it's Jeremy Pena. Did all caps, huh? Did you already use it before? Or was that for your first time, Parker? Another way to support me is to donate to the channel. I mean, that's another way of doing it. Donate to this channel, either by YouTube Super Chats or Patreon. And now here is the pitch to Pena. And that's going to be up high for a ball, as we do have the bases loaded with 2 outs. You got Eduardo Bizzardo in the bullpen. Maybe should have put him in first. Now here's the 1-0. And now here's a fly ball drilled to left field. Forget about that one. A grand slam home run for Jeremy Pena. And this has been a brand new ball game. And it's now the Mariners 6 and the Astros 4. It is just a 2-run lead just all of a sudden. And if I were Dan Wilson, get Carlos Vargas out of there. Yeah, they put in Carlos Vargas because who would have guessed that this was going to happen? And now it's brand new ball game. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe what I'm seeing. And now it's going to be a strike. Just the thing. Yeah, Vargas is just very erratic. And now you're going up against Carlos Correa. And this game could really just slip away the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Polanco. Throw to first. That is in time. A disastrous inning for the Mariners. They have given up 4 runs on a grand slam home run by Jeremy Pena. And now this game is all of a sudden not safe. And I think I am going to go on a commercial break for that one.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
And now we are back from the break. Sean Lee, how's it going? I can't believe what's happening. It's bad. I cannot believe what I'm seeing right now. Now here's J.P. Crawford. And now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball foul. And this is O'Kare who's up to the plate. Good thing the Mariners got another run, insurance run. Now they're going to need another one. Good thing Canzone and Polo stepped up. Now the 0-1 pitch, way inside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-1. And now it's 1-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Now we're at 1-2 for Crawford. And now the pitch. And he gets way under. That's going to be popped up to third base. And Correa makes the catch, and that is going to be 1 out. And now we got Randy Arozarena up to the plate, who is 0 for 4. He has just been absolutely, unfortunately, atrocious in this game. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. And that's going to be 2-0. I would feel better with at least many more runs, to be honest with you. And now here's the pitch again. Swing and a miss. A very lazy swing by Arozarena, and that's going to be strike 2. He's had 3 ground outs. They went to Jose Altuve, and he's had a line out. And now we're at 1-2, and now here is the pitch. And that gets under it, and that's going to be a foul ball. If the Astros cannot win, if the Astros win this game, it's going to be a tie once again. And now we're at 1-2. Oh, Joe Kramer, the guy who was telling me to be positive on our Instagram message. Yeah, that's cute. And now here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs already. And now it's going to be up to Cal Raleigh. And you would think that Cal Raleigh is just going to say, screw it. Let's go for home run number 58. Cal Raleigh with 57 home runs. Ken Griffey Jr., 56. And it does come down to this. And Cal Raleigh is going to be up to the plate. He's going to be on his right side again. And the matter is, I think he's going to try to go for it. But I think O'Kare is probably just going to pitch outside on him. And now here is the pitch, as predicted. And that is going to be ball 1. They're going to try to let Julio do the job. He has a solo home run, a walk, and 2 runs. Solid game for Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Pena. Throw to first. And that's going to be in time. And that's going to retire the side. We go into the bottom of the 8th inning. This game has just become a brand new ball game. And it's going to be 6-4 Mariners.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies.
I mean, the bullpen has been usually pretty solid, at least in this past week, with the exception of that Kansas City game. But now it is time. It is time to step up. Yeah, Gamer 11, I know you're texting me, but put it out there. Let it all out what you think about J.P. Crawford. He's too old to play shortstop. I agree. I think his time is going to be up real soon. And we are back from the break. Another Bark at the Park on Thursday, September 25th. If you plan to go to that game, use my promo code Rooftop Sports for $20 off the purchase on Thursday. And now here is Eduardo Bizardo up to the plate, up to the mound. He will be going up against Isaac Paredes, who's been 0 for 3. He's been having a fantastic season of a 2.36 ERA, 77 strikeouts to 26 walks. And Joe Kramer put it on the chat that you're saying JP's hits have been on garbage time. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Hello, Flick of the Switch. How's it going? Thank you for being here. And that's going to be an 0-1 count. Isaac Paredes has struck out twice. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Yep, I'm doing the game alone. I have been. And now I am tied with Langoliers. Might be able to have the lead. And now here's the 1-1. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2 for Isaac Paredes. And now here's the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that was on a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. I don't know why Dan chose to let Vargas pitch, because it was garbage time. That's why. It was essentially garbage time, and then he gave up a grand slam home run. Carlos Vargas cannot be a high-leverage bullpen pitcher. I can tell you that. And now here is Jose Altuve up to the plate. All the Jose fans are out there with the head and the sign. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball and foul. Or at least should have never let him get to the bases loaded. Yeah. Yeah, you did watch it, unfortunately. I know. Now the pitch. Oh, that was a thrush. That was a pushback. And that's going to be 1-1. Wonder if that was a deliberate move. Nearly got hit. And now we're at 1-1. And the pitch. And that is going to be strike 2. Now we're at 1-2. And the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 2-2. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to center field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now you got a runner on first base. Got the tying run at the plate. And this is where things get really, really dangerous. And now here is Victor Caratini in the pitch. That's going to be way inside for a ball. And yeah, this game is literally far from over. As now we're at 1-0 for Victor Caratini. And the pitch. Way inside for a ball again. Thanks for the thumbs up. Flick of the switch. Now this game is really stressful already. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. And that's going to be a fair ball going into the corner. And now Altuve is running as fast as he can. And is he going to score? And now the throw is cut off. And now we got runners on second and third with just one out. And I wonder who the next batter is going to be. It's going to be Yainer Diaz. And I would just take the bat away from him because he's 2 for 3. Oh my goodness, it's happening again. It's happening. Are the Mariners really going to blow a 6-0 lead? And I wonder if that could be a challengeable call. Because it may have been a foul ball, but I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it. And here comes Pete Woodward, which means they're not going to review it. Bizzardo, who has been having a brilliant season, and now he's looking like the 2024 Eduardo Bizzardo. Now we got the left. You've got Gabe Spire up on the mound, up on the bullpen. And I wonder what they're going to do now. It looked like that this game was going to be just running away. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Well, I wonder why they're not walking Yainer Diaz. You'd rather try to get the double play. I don't know about this decision. I think he should have walked him. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Yeah, I think Bizzardo's going to pitch this one. It's going to be Jesus Sanchez, who's a lefty. And I think that's when they're going to take him out. As now we're at 0-1. Now here is the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled again. That's going to be 0-2. And I think regardless of the situation, even if you get 2 outs, you're still going to put in Gabe Spire because he is the lefty. I can't show the game. What's their fee of Twitch? I just won't do it. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs. And now we've got still runners on second and third. And I wonder if that's going to be it for Eduardo Bizzardo because they got the left-hander. I would probably bring in Gabe Spire. Went right after him. I can't. I mean, now here comes Dan Wilson. Yep, he has seen it. He is going to bring in the left-hander. That's going to be Gabe Spire, as predicted. Not a good inning for Bizzardo. But yeah, I can't. I'm not going to risk copyright claiming or even let alone a copyright strike. It's just not worth it for me. Game, it's going to be, I think it's going to be Suarez could be player of the game, or let alone Kirby. I think it'll be Kirby, to be honest with you. That's a really small burger that they're showing. Now it makes me want a burger. And we are back from the break. Showing downtown Houston. Very beautiful night. Now here's Gabe Spire up on the mound. But, however, the Houston Astros have now flexed on Dan Wilson's matchup decision. They're going to actually bring in the right-hander, Christian Walker, who is on my fantasy baseball team, but he's on the bench in favor of Torkelson on my fantasy baseball team. Now we are at 2 men on with 2 outs, but it's Christian Walker up to the plate, so this can get dangerous. One swing of the bat, and the Astros just might have the lead. And a little bit of confusion going on. Gabe Spire is visibly frustrated. Or maybe it's having some kind of earpiece problem. And now Cal Raleigh is back. And after this, you would think that Andres Munoz is going to be on the mound. If the Mariners can get out of this inning. And Mariners will definitely need to get some more runs if they get out of this inning. And now here is going to be the very first pitch. Now here it is. And that is a strike. And that looked like that was a pitch to swing for Christian Walker. And let's see if it actually was. It wasn't. It was in a spot that he typically doesn't like it at. As now we're at 0-1 for Christian Walker. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. As the Mariners are really trying to desperately get out of this jam. Christian Walker has been making contact in the first 2 pitches. And now it comes down to this. We're at 0-2. Runners on second and third. Altuve at third. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. The Mariners get out of that awful jam with runners on second and third. And we are going to go into the top of the 9th inning. It is still the Mariners 6 and the Astros 4. And Gabe Spire was all fired up, as he freaking should be. And oh my goodness, I cannot believe what I just saw. That was just absolutely lucky. Woo!
Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings.
Wow, got 3 new subscribers. Yeah, Gabe is pumped as he should. I'm now at 2708 subscribers. I'm getting close. I am less than 300 away, 292 subscribers away from 3,000. Let's make it happen. And it has happened before. I've gotten over 200 subscribers in a month before. So it's not like it's a crazy idea to get it in 1 month. But probably not realistic at the moment. Yep, Gabe Spire really got out of that inning. And now here is Julio Rodriguez. Now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. And this is going to be Abreu up on the mound. It's like the strike zone had a little bit of a problem. Had some rainbow colors in there, as you can see. As now we're at 1-3. Or 1-0. And now the pitch. Julio is 1 for 3. That's what I meant to say. Now we're at 2-0. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to first base, Christian Walker. He goes to the bag, and Julio almost made it, and that's going to be 1 out. And now it's going to be Eugenio Suarez, the cleanup hitter. They're talking about the J-Rod squad, sections 102 to 104, available every game. Use my promo code Rooftop Sports if you'd like to save your $20. And now here is Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Mariners could really use another insurance run. Because after this, you're going to have Andres Munoz. And your 3 batters after... Since it was after Christian Walker, it's going to be Jake Myers, Cam Smith, and Jeremy Pena. So it's still going to be dangerous. The pitch. Now here's a fly ball deep to left field. And, oh, that is caught. That was caught by Cam Smith, and that's going to be 2 outs. I don't think that was Cam Smith. No, that's not Cam Smith. It wasn't Jake Myers. It wasn't Sanchez. It was Mauricio Dubon making the catch. And now here is Jorge Polanco. Already 2 outs. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Polanco's batting .266 with 24 home runs and 74 RBIs. We're going to need a big hit from him. And I think he's just going to go for that long ball. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. Only a 2-run lead for the Mariners. With Andres Munoz probably going to be on the mound, you're going to have Jake Myers, Cam Smith, and Jeremy Pena. So it's not going to get any easier, as now we're at 1-1 for Polanco. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is going to be 2-1. And now it's going to be 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. In about 1 hour, I will be doing my fantasy basketball draft lottery on this show. So head over there, as now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. Now it's 2-2 for Polanco, who is 2 for 4. And he's going to need another big hit. And now the pitch. And check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. And that's going to be strike 3. And that's going to retire the side, which means Andres Munoz is going to be the closer. And I got to go to...
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies.
And now we are back from the break, and I am absolutely dreading this inning. It's the bottom of the 9th. Mariners are up 2 runs, 6-4. And now it's Andres Munoz's opportunity to get his save number 37, but he is 36 of 43 on save opportunities. The pitch, swing and a miss at the dirt, and that's going to be strike 1. This is Jake Myers up to the plate. Jake Myers has grounded into a double play, struck out, and grounded out. So not a good game for him. He is 0 for 3. And now here is the pitch. And that may have hit him, unless that was a foul ball, or did he swing right through it? We're going to see what this is about. And he goes to first base. Oh, my goodness. I cannot believe this is happening. Didn't even swing right through it. Not even close. Now got the tying run at the plate. And now that means you're going to give the opportunities to Jeremy Pena and Carlos Correa. It looks like they're challenging the call. It's out of pure desperation. Let's see if the angle is there. Nope, not even close. They're going to lose that challenge right there. No, Peter. I agree. Play is under review. They're questioning if he actually swung it right through. Or did it hit his bat? Hit the bat? That is the other question. But either way, Munoz needs to work on his control, which he really doesn't have. It may have hit the bat, but it also hit his hand too. If it gets a knob on the bat, then it's a foul ball. Going even closer. No, I think it hit him in the hand. I don't think it's going to hit the bat. He stays on first base. This game makes me eat. Trust me. Already 2 pitches in, and there's a man on first base. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Zach Cole up to the plate, taking over for Cam Smith. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And what are you doing, Munoz? Can you pitch some freaking strikes for once? Yeah, blackout's a thing, but I'm taking advantage of it. And now we're at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. And by the way, Andres Munoz has yet to hit the strike zone, which I think he should at this point because you don't want to be hitting any other batters. Knowing the erratic play of Munoz, I can't trust him in the playoffs if they make it. Now here's the 1-1. And that is a strike. And that is going to be 1-2 on Cole. Why does one more inning feel like 10 more innings? As now we're at 1-2 for Cole. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to be 1 out. And now you can end this game on a double play. And that's if you can pitch to Correa into a double play, which is unfortunately not very likely. Actually, no, excuse me. It's not going to be Correa. It's going to be Jeremy Pena, who usually have the Mariners' numbers, and he has single-handedly kept this team in the game. 6 pitches in for Munoz. Now we got Jeremy Pena. Does he have another home run in him? And if he does, it will tie this ball game. He's hit a grand slam home run, and he is singled. He's been playing fantastic today, 2 for 4. And I wonder if they're going to do like a mound visit or if they're going to do some kind of a talking. Looks like they're trying to position their players better. That's why Dan Wilson was stepping out of the dugout for just a moment. And the unfortunate thing about this game is that Andres Munoz is not going to be available tomorrow because he has pitched in 3 straight games. And now here is the pitch to Pena, and he's missing it for a ball. Got 17 people here. A way to reduce my stress is to donate to this channel, join the Patreon or the membership of YouTube. And now we got the 1-0 for Jeremy Pena. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. And that's going to be 1-1. This game continues to be stressful as it is. And now we're at 1-1, the pitch. And he gets it in there for a strike. And Jeremy Pena could not believe it. And that was clearly just outside the strike zone. 98-mile-an-hour fastball. What I would do is I would try to pitch a splitter, make it go into the cusp of that bottom part of the strike zone to try to get him into a double play. Now the pitch, way low for a ball. That's not what I was asking for, Andres Munoz. That's going to be 2-2. It's a high-pressure situation. Munoz, who had an excellent start to the season, he had a 0 ERA until about a couple months in. He's kind of been struggling since. Now here's the 2-2. Now here is the pitch. Way inside for a ball. And Munoz, just throw freaking strikes, man. Stop making this. Stop trying to get cute on him. Pena's not that stupid. He's not going to fall for it. That was just too obvious of a ball. And now we're going to be at 3-2. And now here is the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And now we got the winning run at the plate. And Munoz, can you please throw some damn strikes? This is why this is stuff like this is the reason why I miss Paul Sewald. At least he had more control to it. And now we've got the winning run at the plate, and it very much could be Carlos Correa. He is the Mariner killer. He has killed them in the inning. He has killed them earlier in the season when he was with the Minnesota Twins in extra innings. And I'm not even going to look at my screen right now or the scoreboard because it is ahead of me. And now the pressure is really on. And if the Mariners lose this game, they will blow an absolute opportunity. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. You really just feel that Correa has a home run in him. And now we're at 0-1 for Carlos Correa. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep center field. Now here is Robles makes the catch. He makes the catch and the throw, and that is going to be a double play. That is a double play. Victor Robles ends the game with a diving catch. The runners were completely just moving. And now it is a double play, and the ball game is over. The Mariners escaped to make it a 6-4 victory. I cannot believe what I just saw, and that was credit to Victor Robles with an amazing diving stop, and the runners were already going home, which is why they threw it back to second base to get the victory. Oh my goodness. And this ball game is over. And not only do the Mariners, now not only are they in first place by 2 games in the American League West, they are also well into that second seed where if the playoffs started today, they would not be playing the wild card. They'll be skipping the wild card, and this team really could use that. Noel Peter. That is correct. I don't do hockey, sorry. I do mostly Seattle sports. I do Seahawks and the Mariners. Not the Sounders, though. So, yeah, Mariners now have a 2-game lead on that division. Cannot believe what I just saw. And now going into the standings. And now technically it looks like the Astros are actually out of the playoff picture. And the Mariners are on their way. They are trying to, it seems that they're getting closer and closer. Oh, yeah. You know, I want to check out those games, like the Kraken game, but I'm just naturally just not into the game of hockey. I just watched it as a casual fan. Do not put me in that situation. I will not do a play-by-play for hockey. I'm sorry. It's just not my style. Woo! If anyone else has any thoughts, please put in the comments. Otherwise, I need a break because I still have another show at 8 p.m. where I'm doing hockey. But I think I'm going to get going real soon because this game really made me exhausted. Brent Yo Endo. Go baseball, go Hawk, we win. You mean go Mariners, buddy. Yep, that did just happen. And Jake Myers was going in. He was going home already because he thought it was going to drop in for a base hit. C Sonic is here. And before I go, just one last request. If you could, not only hit the like button, but also hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification. And also, what about donate to this channel? Help me get to that $50. If anyone has $40 in them. Yeah, Victor Robles made an amazing, just insane catch, which led to that double play. Yeah, people are still on. If express everything you've got. I mean, this game started with an Eugenio Suarez double, RBI double. And then Cal Raleigh hit his 57th home run to break Ken Griffey Jr.'s record, which made it into a 3-0 ball game. Then Canzone and Polanco extended that lead. Let's see what the scoreboard really was about. Home run number 57. So first it was a Suarez double. Robles hit a sacrifice fly. Big dumper beat Ken Griffey Jr.'s record. Naylor walked in, the bases loaded. Canzone signaled to score. Polanco hit a double, but Jeremy Pena did hit that grand slam home run. Are the Mariners in second place in the AL? Yes, they are. They actually are, because Tigers are just completely having a meltdown. Mariners now own a half-game lead. No, I'm sorry. They own now a 1 full game on the Detroit Tigers. How about that? The playoffs ended today. Mariners are going on. They're going to skip the wild card, which I would love to see them do. And we hold the tiebreaker against the Tigers. That is correct. So after this, you're going to be playing against Houston Astros tomorrow. But the question is, who is going to be that pitcher? It's going to be Logan Gilbert against Alexander, and you would like your chances there. You would think that the Mariners can get a huge opportunity on that with Logan Gilbert, but he has been very inconsistent himself. I would like to say more inconsistent than George Kirby as of late. Alexander is 4-1. And then Tuesday, that's when you're going to be hosting the Colorado Rockies. You're going up, Bryce Miller against Brown. That could be a tough one. Wednesday, got Castillo against Gordon. And then they're undecided, which Brian Wu, who is 15-7, which he should be back by then. He's still considered a day-to-day, but I wonder if they're just going to give him the start off and then try to get someone else to pitch. Maybe like Emerson Hancock can pitch. I don't know. Or does Logan Evans get a spot? It's very unclear. But it's crazy to think that where exactly we are. That amazing diving catch by Victor Robles, who saved the day for the Mariners. And now the Mariners are they're 2 games ahead on Houston. This has been the best season since 2001. I mean, there's not really much seasons to compare it to, isn't there? I mean, we came a long way from this, and give me a breather on this, but we came a long way from this.
My point is it's across all Seattle sports. It's this idea, like people pleading 3-4 years ago to bring back Ichiro.
Yeah,
when Ichiro was like 93 years old. I'm like, no, I do not want to bring back Ichiro. Like Griffey, when he's got a walker out there, and he gives you a single every 60 games. Like the list goes on and on. Like people crying. Like Haniger comes back, and you think that we just signed a Hall of Famer. Like he was injured all of last year. He's like 33 years old. We trade for him, give up on Robbie Ray, which whatever. And all of a sudden, I swear, all of Twitter is like, World Series, baby! Let's go! Let's go! He was a negative WAR player for them last year, but because we love Hanny, baby, he's going to come and save the Mariners.
We have came a long way. Oh, look at that. It's good, ill leader of dogism, Turkism. How are you doing? Go Mariners, absolutely. I saw that you were trolling on that other Astros guy page. He put me on timeout because I promoted my link. But it's a Mariners fan. What's the point of him having a Mariners fan in his show? He should be on my show. And I saw you giving money to that Astros guy. Don't you want to give me a little bit more love? Good old, what do you got in you? As I have people leaving the show, by the way. But yeah, if you can make a donation, I would encourage you to match that donation. And I'm showing the highlights, the scoring highlights. Eugenio Suarez hit a 2-run, hit a double to score on Julio Rodriguez. And then Victor Robles hit a sacrifice fly, which was enough to bring in the runs. Scored in Josh Naylor. And then Cal Raleigh, he broke Ken Griffey Jr.'s record. And yeah, you did. I'll take it. So I made about $12 today out of 50. Would have liked more, but beggars can't be choosers. You guys will have your opportunities to help me meet that goal for all the Colorado series and also 2 of the 3 Dodgers games. And thank you, Turkism. Make sure to subscribe to this channel as well. And you did. Top of the 5, Naylor drove in a run with a walk. Yeah, he did get offended, didn't he? Yeah, he's a pretty on-edge Astros fan, isn't he? He's very on edge. He only allows chats if you subscribe for at least 10 minutes. I think that's lame. Jake Myers tried to make the diving catch and didn't work out. That's why Polanco got that double. But then Jeremy Pena hit a grand slam home run. The Crawford boxes make it too easy. Well, I think that's going to do it for me. I think I am going to take off. But I just want to say thank you to everyone that was on this show. Thank you, good old leader, for being on here. Oh, you were already subscribed to me. So yeah, I just want to thank Carter Ellis. Congratulations on your prize for answering the question. Thank you, RGR21, for gifting a membership. Carter Ellis, you're going to get this Randy Arozarena bobblehead. I will mail it on Monday. And we got the sandwich. Thank you for the donation. And also good old leader, Dogism, Turkism. Thank you very much. And I just want to say I'm out of here. Thank you for being here. And everyone, have a good night. And go Mariners. Unfortunately, I won't be on the show tomorrow because of hashtag don't quit your day job. But I am going to be taking off, and I'll be back on Tuesday between the Seattle Mariners and the Colorado Rockies. Everyone, thank you very much, and have a good night.